Imagine. Imagine a land far from this one and a time much different than our own. Imagine that you are the village leader who owns many fields and stables full of livestock. Imagine that your harvest this year has been the most successful ever, and you are grateful to the powers that be in the universe for this bounty. What would you do to celebrate? How would you express your gratitude? Shh. A party. A nap. Okay. These are wonderful ideas, each with its own story. And in this story, you'll hear and see this morning that our village leader will have their own idea that we've never heard before on how to celebrate. You'll meet the council members of this village. Wave, council members, wave. And you'll hear how they taught their village an embarrassing, I didn't tell them that part when they volunteered, an embarrassing but important lesson. What could it be? We'll find out later, soon, after our worship begins.
Thank you, Adina. And she began the weaving of our tale this morning. Good morning and welcome. You can hear me now? Okay. So, welcome to Unitarian Universalist Church. You are in for a special treat today, as you have joined us on a Water Communion Sunday. Our homecoming into a new congregational year, we return to this ritual each year to symbolize our coming together after a summer of traveling and rest. We celebrate all that is life-giving and that which has restored our spirits. Our water communion is a visible sign that no matter where we go and for how long, the love of this community and the love of this community draws us back in warm and welcoming. May we also consider that it is that we bring to this community on the cusp of a new year together. This is a worship service for all ages, meaning that we will spend this time together as a community. Adults, children, and youth. All are welcome. However, the nursery is still available for our smallest worshipers who may be happier there. We are a welcoming congregation where we strive to transform ourselves and the world through love, wonder, and connection. So my name is Beth McKenzie Moore, and I use she, her pronouns. I serve as the chair of the Music and Arts Committee. I work on WA. I do some things with Sam. I'm an usher. The first Sunday of every month, we have a special meet and greet for folks who are newer here and would like to get to know each other and some members of the congregation. If this sounds like you, look for our meet and greet ambassadors, Meg and Cindy, in the lobby during coffee hour. Whether you are here for the first time or the thousandth time, welcome. Whatever you are facing in your own life, welcome. This is a place where we try our best to be real with one another, to get through hard things and times together, to remind ourselves and one another of the values that ground and center us, that motivate and move us, whoever you are, whatever your faith journey, whomever you love, you are welcome here. We welcome all who seek to know the sacred and all who seek to make our world more just. Our commitment is to be together in covenant, to live out our values, and to work together towards our mission. These are what make our church. These what make our church. Please rise in body or spirit to join me in our affirmation of who this community is, beginning with that all-important word, love is the message of this church, and service is our way. This is our great covenant together, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Now, let's join in singing our opening hymn, Love Will Guide Us, number 131 in the Gray Hymnal.
You may be seated. I'm Reverend Sarah. I use she, her pronouns. You can join me now in saying our chalice lighting words by Katie Savani Gelfand as Callahan lights our chalice. We light this chalice as a symbol of reunion. Reunite in this sanctuary to share the flow of our hearts with one another, to gather together in ritual, to celebrate our fountains of joy, to hold each other through storms of grief, to guide one another through rapids of transformation, to rest together on ponds of stillness. Together, we honor the spirit of water, its many forms, and its life-giving essence.
And with that, let's return to our story. In that land far away, in that time so different from ours. It had been a glorious harvest year for the village leader, the richest person in the valley, and she was grateful for her many fields of grain and for her stables full of livestock. And as an expression of gratitude, she decided to come on up and share her riches with all the people of her valley. She would hold a feast for all of her neighbors. But the leader needed help with one aspect of the feast. To get that help, And to issue the invitation to the feast, she called the council of 10 leaders together to stand in their seats, except Elise, who came up here with us. Council members stood, yes, right there.
I have had a great harvest this year.
Oh, that was. No, it's red. It's red and green, red and orange.
Hello?
Yay, okay, hold on. They would hold a feast for all of her neighbors, and she called the council together. They're standing, and
I have had a great harvest this year, and my stables are full of livestock. There's much to be thankful for, and so I shall hold a great feast for all the people of this valley. I will provide all the food. I will provide musicians and jugglers. I will provide the space for this feast. I will do all of this if you will provide the wine.
so the council members said, of course, of course. Yeah, okay. But then another council member said, Elise, sorry, Tiara, you can come this way. Yep.
We shall each bring 1 jug of wine and pour them into a common vessel. Thus shall we share, even as we partake of your generosity.
And with that, all of the council members returned to their homes and their seats, dreaming of the great feast to come.
Well, I too am looking forward to that great feast to come. As the leaders go to gather their offerings of wine, please join me in our offering and acknowledging all the ways we give to this church and to this world. We give because this is our church, and we value what it does for us, to us, and through us, to our community and the world. May there be an offering to sustain and grow the life and mission of this church inside and outside our walls. May we give in love and in hope. Thank you, Susan and Jonathan. That was great. Thank you for your offering and all the ways you give to the life and ministry of your time, talent, and trust. Together, our gifts will allow us to expand and strengthen the tapestry of love, wonder, and connection that blesses this church and transforms us and our world.
Thank you, everyone. And now let's return to our story. As a reminder, the village leader had just announced her plans to hold a great feast. And before returning to their homes, each of the council members in the village had agreed to bring 1 jug of wine to contribute to their common pot. Don't worry, council members, not yet. As soon as they had parted, however, one council member was already cursing himself and for having agreed to part with 1 whole jug of wine. He didn't have much wine in his stores, and he didn't want to spend money. So he returned to his wife, and they came up to the microphone to discuss their problem.
An entire jug of wine? Are we to give up so much when we don't have as much as others? There must be another way.
And suddenly, his wife had an idea.
My dear, the other 9 leaders will pour their wine into the common pot. Is that not so? Could 1 small jug of water really spoil so much wine?
Hardly so, my clever wife. What a plan! Thus we will keep our wine to ourselves.
And with this, the council member and the wife began crafting their plan. The people in the valley had received their invitation to the feast with great anticipation. Finally, the evening of the feast had arrived, and villagers dressed in their finest clothes. Villagers, go ahead. Yeah, dressed in their finest clothes. Yes. And so did the trickster council member. And as planned, he surreptitiously filled his jug with the fresh water from the well. And he and his wife carried the jug to the party as the village leader came up to the mic, and meeting the other council members and all the townspeople along the way. When they arrived at the estate of the village leader, everyone was greeted with the sound of music playing and the delicious smells of food cooking.
Welcome to this great feast. Thank you for bringing your wine. You may pour your jugs of wine into the great clay pot in the courtyard. Then take your fill of food.
And then the council members who have never practiced before brought their pitchers and vases up to this very large bowl to the side over here. And they each emptied their jug, including the trickster, and poured them into this pot. And then they made ready for the feast. And what a feast it was. I hear if you were here last night, you kind of got a preview of what kind of feast they had. Whew. First there was dancing and there was entertainment. Now, we need some entertainment, don't we? Jonathan, did you prepare anything we could use?
Why, yes. The choir has been working on a song all this time, and they're going to come share it with you. Why, thank you.
Now that was definitely some entertainment. Woo! Entertainment! Thank you, choir. Let's see if I can do it this time. After the entertainment, the bell was rung, and the guests were seated. The leaders sat together at the head table, Everyone's cups had been filled with wine, and everyone was anxious to taste the fine, refreshing wine.
Before we share this meal and drink this wine, let us give thanks. We give thanks for the work of the earth and sun as they ripen the fruits of the earth to fill our bellies. We give thanks for the hands that have prepared this food so that we might eat it. We give thanks for the company gathered here, all those who make our village a place of abundance, especially by bringing their gifts to share with us in generosity.
Amen.
Why don't we too pause and give thanks for a summer filled with both work and rest, for adventures and play, for a safe return home. We give thanks for this congregation and all those in it, those with a welcoming spirit, those with a questioning mind, those with embracing arms, those with a prophet's vision. Let us sing our thanks as we turn to hymn 1010 and sing, "We Give Thanks."
And while we're already in the spirit of reflection and gratitude, join me now in the spirit of prayer and meditation. Find a comfortable place for your body, however you need to be in this space. Notice your breathing. Find a center. Take a moment to just be. And as we're in this space of quiet, consider the part of yourself, of ourselves, that fears giving out love freely. In this quiet, let us resolve not to withhold our love, but to follow love's path and its progress wherever it leads. Source of all, who embraces and sustains all life, this water which we are holding, we've collected and plan to share, holds mystery and miracle of love. May this water be blessed by the love of this community. May our bodies filled with rivers of breath be blessed with life energy, with wellness to carry us through our days. And may our home, this blue-green planet with its mountains and seas and ice caps, be held in sacred keeping, blessed through stewardship and care. As we strive to bring our gifts to this beloved community and to this difficult, beautiful world, let us never doubt the strength of our hearts, the depth of our love for each other and for the world. Amen. As we come together every Sunday from our own separate lives and our own separate homes, we bring with us a variety of joys and sorrows, fears and hopes. We take time in our service now to honor those big feelings. We share this time as a contemplative time, each of us given an opportunity to share within the community what lifts us up and what weighs us down. So today we will light candles of joy and hope for what lifts us up, the bright things in our lives, and we will also place stones to hold our sorrows and our fears to ease the weight from our spirits. So in a moment, I will invite folks to come up and participate in this. But first, if you need someone to light a candle for you for your joy, raise your hand and Beth will light a candle for you. See, Gail, Michelle, Porter. If you're online and you need us to light a candle for you, put your name and candle in the chat box. If you need someone to place a stone for your sorrow, Adina will place a stone for you. Raise your hand. We have Diane. Cindy. Yes. Alex and Kenyon Carolyn need a candle. And Dina needs a stone. You may put your name in the chat box if you need to have a stone placed for you as well. We'll do that throughout. Now I invite folks in the room with us to participate in this. If you would like to place a stone or light a candle, please come and line up to do those things. You may do both. Go from one to the other. We placed a stone for Joan and Art. Now we'll place one final candle for all the joys that remain in our hearts unspoken, and one final stone for all the sorrows that weigh us down. Join me in our sung prayer response, Peace Like a River, number 100 in the hymnal if you're looking. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul.
Amen. And now I invite the village leader and the council members to come back up and stand kind of here watching out for our candles, except for our trickster who's going to stand at the microphone. So let's go ahead and make that happen. And they return, and they are ready to return to our story and to the celebration. They don't know what they're doing. Just give these folks a round of applause. They walked in this morning, and Adina said, do, and they did when the Spirit said do, or when Adina says do. The crowd had gathered, the food had been served, thanks had been given. Finally, it was time to eat. And the village leader had blessed every guest, and they lift up their cup, and they brought it to their lips, and they sipped. And they sipped again. Now, they didn't show it on their faces, but something was wrong. What they tasted was not wine, but water.
One jug of water cannot spoil a great pot of wine. So we told ourselves, and so we filled our jug at the well. But clearly, every council member had the same thought.
What?
Each one of them filled their jug at the well, and so instead of sharing our wine to suit this great occasion, we have done nothing but embarrass ourselves.
Oh, they look so embarrassed. They looked at each other sheepishly. They avoided the eyes of the village leader. I saw you scolding. And then they continued to drink as if this was the finest wine that had ever crossed their lips. The next day, a saying arose among the people of the town, a saying that has spread across the world. If you wish to take wine, you must give it also. Let's try that together. If you wish to take wine, you must give it also. So for now, we give thanks to our participants, and they may return to their seats.
As we reflect on this story and its lesson, please join me in the sung response, How Does a Garden Grow? Printed in your order of service. Jonathan, would you like to teach it to us, please?
Yeah. Hello? Great.
Yay!
Thank you for the quick battery delivery. Sure. So this is a song that the tune may be familiar to some folks. It has new words that are perfect for our service. Wow. So I'm going to sing the first line, and then we can try singing it back to me. So it goes, how does our garden grow? This community of love. Let's try that together. How does our garden grow? This community of love. Cool. I'm going to do the next line. It sounds like this. We each plant seeds that blossom forth and harvest the fruits thereof. So this is the note. We each plant seeds that blossom forth and harvest the fruits thereof. And I'll sing the next bit. How does our garden grow? With stewardship and care. Let's sing that together. How does our garden grow? With stewardship and care. And I'll sing the very end. This is how it goes. Our hearts and spirits take their strength from our gifts from our gifts we freely share. Let me do that last bit one more time. For our gifts we freely share. So let's try the whole song. And we'll sing it twice through. Here we go. Ready? And how does our garden grow? This community of love. We each plant seeds that blossom forth and harvest the fruits thereof. How does our garden grow? With stewardship and care. Our hearts and spirits take their strength from our gifts we freely share. One more time. How does our garden grow? This community of love. We each plant seeds that blossom forth and harvest the fruits thereof. How does our garden grow? With stewardship and care. Our hearts and spirits take their strength from our gifts we freely share.
Wisdom can arise independently, and it often does in different parts of the world. The story we just heard has been told by cultures in both Africa and in China. Sometimes similar stories can be carried by different people to different lands, which is the human family's way of signaling that the story contains an important universal truth. Hearing our story today, we can appreciate its truth. When we share with our community, it is truly felt and appreciated. But when we try to withhold from our community to keep something all to ourselves, it can hurt the community. Do you remember what the council members brought? What they were supposed to bring? What were they supposed to bring? Okay. Unlike them, you were asked to bring water today for our water communion. And you will not get wine out of it, I'm sorry. I am not holy. But if you didn't bring water, don't worry. We have water that we will share with you. Adina will grab the pitcher and we'll have water that you can pour. Traditionally, this water communion ceremony has been celebrated in Unitarian Universalist congregations across the country at this time of year in a similar way. And people bring forward their water and name its source or what that water represents. Maybe a destination or the connection to something. But over time, we've diverged from that tradition. And today, instead, when you come forward to add water to this common vessel, I want you to think, what is it that you bring to this community? What will you share from your heart and your spirit in this coming year? So we'll invite you now to come on forward. Just why don't we do up the middle and then out the outside. All right, so bring your water up the center aisle and over to there and then out the out. Yep, starting with the first row and then going back. So when you pour your water, remember, what gifts do you bring to this new year? While you're waiting for your turn, or while you are sitting at your seat, waiting, or once you've returned, feel free to make a connection with someone near you, someone maybe you haven't met before. Say hi, be kind. As we connect our waters with one another, we invite you to have a connection with someone new. Here mingled together are the shared gifts of our lives. These waters represent the promises and aspirations that we make to one another, members of this beloved community. Let us consider the parts of ourselves that fears giving out love freely. Let us resolve not to withhold our love, but follow love's path and its progress wherever it leads. May this water be blessed with the love of this community, and as we strive to bring our gifts into the beloved community and to this difficult, beautiful world, let us never doubt the strength of our hearts, nor the depth of our love for each other and our world. I invite you now to rise in body or in spirit to sing our closing hymns, plural. From you I receive, and now let us sing. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. Sing to the power of the faith within. Sing to the power of the faith within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the faith within. Sing to the power of the hope within. Sing to the power of the hope within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the faith within. Sing to the power of the love within. Sing to the power of the love within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the love within. Sing to the power of the joy within. Sing to the power of the joy within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the joy within. Reach out to those by you. If you need to not touch hands, that is absolutely acceptable. Elbows are good. Remember, when you go, share from your heart. When you go, share from your spirit. When you go, remember that what you wish to take, you must give also. When you go, go in peace.
Leave this place knowing that you are good and knowing that you are loved.
Take your dark and your light and your love from this place and share them with the world. And stay safe until we meet again. Amen. Thank you, everybody.